has been a long hiatus, but I'm back. Stick around, if you dare.
It's astounding.
Time is fleeting. Madness
Takes its toll.
Let's do the time warp again.
Hi there, I'm Wack, and I am back with a brand new Wacky Horror Picture Show. The every other monthly show where I, your host Wack, reviews at least 2 wacky horror movies that are comedic, horror comedies, all that kind of stuff. If you're new here, and this is the Mad Twatter, and he is awesome. You get now why they call me Wack? Let's break the ice, shall we? With our first horror movie review. And I thought I'd kick it off with The Saverance. Directed by Christopher Smith, starring Danny Dyer, Laura Harris, Tim McInnery or whatever the fuck his name is, Toby Stevens, Andy Neyman, and Bobo Cassie or whatever. So, is this camera tilted? Not anymore. So, this here is a British horror comedy where a group of office workers or whatever go to this retreat in the Hungarian wilderness for a team building exercise. And things take a dark turn when they discover that they may not be alone in the woods as they thought. Oh no, because they discover crazy ass insane Hungarian soldiers out in the woods to kill them. So let's get on to my likes and the dislikes about this movie. First of all, my likes. Well, I can tell you I loved the hell out of this movie. It was a fun, witty film to watch. Had a good soundtrack at the beginning with Ichigo Pop from The Small Faces. I also thought that Danny Dyer, he's funny in pretty much everything he's in. I cannot take his Cockney accent seriously cause he's a funny guy. I even like him in the British soap EastEnders, where he plays a Cockney guy in that. What else did I like about this movie? Well, I liked that it had that Tim, whatever his name is in this, who I know from Blackadder, and other films and movies that I may have seen him in. What else can I tell you? Well, I also loved, main female lead in this, which I think is Laura Harris. You know, how she put up a good fight against the soldiers and wasn't pathetic like every final girl. In fact, this wasn't even a teen slasher. It was a comedy survival horror. And also, other things that made me laugh was the dumb guy that jumped on a diving board and it broke and he went in the pool. And then, of course, later he gets his foot trapped in a bat trap and he has it cut off and doesn't move his fucking foot. He's a bit of an idiot, that guy. There's another part where they're having a pie and they discover a human tooth in it. And he's like, well, I didn't make the pie, I found it. Oh, that's a good one. That's funny. I also like the bit where they're firing a missile at the soldiers, but then it falls up and backfires on them, hitting an aeroplane. That too is a funny scene. My negatives. Well, it's hard to think of a negative when you enjoy a horror movie that much. They do have some sexy Hungarian babes that strip to make this rope so they can get out. Danny Dyer, he's funny in this too. Hilarious. I thought he was a funny guy. Oh, yes. What else did I like the performances in this. The story is quite dark and grisly, and I do recommend it to you. So, let me think. My ratings for this movie. I'm gonna give the Saverance, you know what, I'm gonna give it 4 whacks out of 5, because I did enjoy it. Now for the next part of the show, the second Wacky Horror review, and that is on another film with Danny Dyer in, and that is Doghouse. Alrighty then, so for review number 2. And what is that on? Why, it's on Doghouse. So this movie is written by Dan Scuffer or whatever, and directed by Jake West, starring Danny Dyer, Stephen Graham, and Noel Clark. So, when some group of guys that are all buddies fall out with their wives and they decide to go for a lad's weekend as they are put in the doghouse, hence the name. When they stumble across this village that they plan to have a good time in, they discover that there's an epidemic, a virus, which is turning all the women into flesh-eating zombies, or as the guys call them, zombies. So, basically then they have to survive and get out of the village. So, what did I like about this? Well, first of all, I liked that it was a zombie horror. And also, that it was just affecting the women. I found the zombies quite funny, because they weren't all, like, they were aware of things and that around them. They weren't the typical zombies like the Romero kind, yet they weren't the smart kind that could talk like the Lugosi kind. Also, I love the soundtrack in this movie. I love the comedy, too. There's a scene where Noel Clark's character's trying to break into an army Land Rover and he's like, "No, I am not gonna let you beat me." And he throws a brick at the windscreen, bounces off and hits him in the head. That's a funny scene right there. Also, I love the other scene where Danny Dyer is like tied up and his fingers are on the cake and the zombies torturing him whilst Radiohead, Female of the Species, is playing. What else can I tell you about this movie I find funny? I find the other scene funny where there's a gay character who says the only way they're gonna get through these zombies is to dress like them. And they do. And then the guy's like saying to the soldier, "Is there something you're not telling us?" Oh god, this film's so hilarious and funny. I also think that, the virus, is it just contained in that village? Because it doesn't affect one of the women, because there is a woman who goes with them, who drives them there in a minibus, and she gets infected the second she's exposed in the village. I also like, the funny humor in this. This also had a cameo from British actor Billy Murray. No, not Bill Murray, Billy Murray. He's an English actor, and his daughter is pretty much succeeded in him, and that, Jamie Murray. I've seen her in Defiance and other stuff. Back to this review. I like Stephen Graham's character. I know Stephen Graham from the Brit drama This Is England. I also know him from, he's also been in, like, the last 2 Pirates of the Caribbean movies, too. And, he's, like, probably the biggest actor out of the 3 main lead actors in this. I mean, I do know a lot of the other actors, like Danny Dyer. I also know Noel Clark from Doctor Who, who was in it for, like, the Eccleston and David Tennant run. I also kind of loved, how dumb these guys were as well. They're all kind of dumb idiots, but again, it is a comedy horror. What do you expect? I also like the ending when they find a way to control the women zombies, and then next thing you know, it goes tits up when they break and drop the device. And then they're running. That's a fun scene to watch. In fact, the whole movie is quite funny in that, and it sort of starts there, then escalates upwards. My negatives on this movie, let me see. I can't really think of much negative to say. Wow, 2 Brit horror movies that I don't really have much negative to say on them. Yeah, I guess the beginning was a bit, there was no horror in that, I guess, but other than that, the movie was fun to watch. I do recommend it to everyone. In fact, Random Ross, he recommended this movie once to a fellow subscriber of this channel, Nightmare Maven, and she loved it too. And if you've not seen this movie, then all of us at Random Horror suggest you go and see it because it's a funny film and I love it too. Anyway, I don't really know much else to say on this movie other than my ratings. So final thoughts, I thought it was shock great, it was dark, it was funny, it was just wacky and horror. So with all that being said, I am giving Doghouse, you know what, again, I'm going to give it 4 whacks out of 5. So, that has been the Wacky Horror Picture Show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've seen any of the movies that I've reviewed in this month's show, then please do drop a comment down below and tell me what you think of them. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the Random Horror YouTube channel if you haven't already and you're new here. And also, don't forget to, like I said, subscribe and hit the notification bell. All the social media links for Random Horror, the Facebook group, the Random Horror Madhouse, Instagram, and Twitter, all linked down below, so you should be able to find it. And until next time, don't have nightmares, because I'm always there, waiting for you. Shit!